Hello everyone, welcome back to another PBR battle, and today I'm using the best Sandstorm team that I've ever made, with the exception of the members like Regirock and Scizor, because they do not have like a particular role. Usually Shuckle here is the main, theme of this pass, as you'll soon see. Any of you that have been watching my old videos will understand what Shuckle is about. So, it took me 30 minutes to wait for random Wi-Fi to find an opponent like this. 2 Giratinas, 1 Arceus Fire type by the looks of things, a Vespiquen, a Metang, and a Bronzong. So I'm saying, if that Bronzong comes out, I cannot set Trick Room because maybe he might set up for me. So I'm thinking, yeah, things are they're kind of tricky here because, he baffled me a little. So I said I'm going to lead off with my Trick Room starter and my Power Trick starter, which is Shuckle and Lunatone, and I see the Bronzong and I say, oh damn, this is not looking good at all. So I'm saying, you know what, just go for the Power Trick, just set up the Sandstorm, just in case that Bronzong wants to set up a Trick Room. I mean, Giratina isn't all that fast, I mean, he might even want to set up himself, and I guarantee that Shuckle is a lot slower than Giratina, so even if he sets up a Trick Room, I'm going to be doing some decent damage here. So, I'm waiting for this guy to pick moves, and I must say, spoiler alert, this was one of the best, most daring, most weirdest battles I've ever had in my entire life. So, he goes for the Shadow Force, and I'm thinking, Lunatone is the obvious target here. So, I say to myself, go for the Sandstorm, because, boost your special defense a little. And the Bronzong goes for an explosion on 2 rock types, which is, waste of turn, waste of Bronzong, waste of team member. Yeah, anyway, so I wouldn't have done that if I were him. I would have gone straight for the Trick Room. I mean, you're faced against rock types, dude, and you're faced against the most defensive Pokemon in the metagame, Shuckle. Now, imagine if I had my Power Trick before he exploded. That would have been terrible. Anyway, so that Giratina looks like an offensive set because I see no lefties whatsoever. So that means that my Lunatone is in absolute trouble, so I have to shift out. And I have the perfect tool to take that Shadow Force. Actually, I'm not even going to take that Shadow Force, I'm that awesome. So I'm thinking, you know what, that Metang has come out, and I better protect this turn because I really, really want to get hurt on those 2 guys. So I'm thinking, you know what, switch out, bring in Kangaskhan because Lunatone is the obvious target for Shadow Force. Kangaskhan will not notice like a thing. It's like he's totally immune to ghost types because of normal type. So I go for the protect just in case that Metang used a physical steel type move, which is most likely. So if he goes for the Shadow Force, I predicted him very well there, and I take no damage whatsoever. So he goes for the Meteor Mash on Kangaskhan, and I'm like, well, yeah, it was a waste of turn. But I have nothing set up, just the Sandstorm, so I'm thinking this is an physically offensive set, so I'm thinking like, if anyone is to target Shuckle, I am in very, very big trouble. So, the thing with Kangaskhan here is, he is so useful against ghost types. He's like one of the best counters for Giratina. You're gonna say, why don't you go for Outrage? Well, this one is designed to be a lot slower than the standard Kangaskhan. So I go for the Fake Out because I've got Scrappy, and I can. So Giratina is most likely to flinch. He's not going to go anywhere, with Shadow Force and all that stuff. And I'm thinking that I'm taking a gamble here. I'm going to take, my chances and say, if he goes for Medium Match on Shuckle and misses, it's okay. And I'm kind of hoping that he goes for Medium Mash again on Kangaskhan because it looks like he's the only thing that can oppose his team. So I go for the Fake Out to ensure that he will not be using Shadow Force again. And it looks like he is, I don't know what his item is. Maybe it is like Choice Band or lefties or wise, no, not lefties, wise glasses. Anyway, so mine is a fully bulky Kangaskhan, it doesn't do anything. So look at this, Rock Slide from a Shuckle does a decent amount of damage on both of them, especially Metang, which is considered to be defensive and resistant to rock types. Now, Giratina, I really need to take that thing out because I do not want it staying around. So, I am going to be protecting this turn. I'm going to be sacrificing my Kangaskhan so I can give my Shuckle another turn of attack. And also, why should I take it down with an Earthquake, right? So I'm like, should I switch out and should I switch? And I'm like, no, protect, because you want Lunatone around. As long as Giratina and Metang are around, I don't want them hanging around, you know, they're like very offensive. Now, this guy, I don't know, maybe he either predicted poison and sandstorm damage because he went for a Shadow Force. And I said, oh crap, he's going for a Shadow Force, and if he goes on Shuckle, that's it, I've had it, I've lost the game. So he goes for a Meteor Mash, as predicted, on Kangaskhan, which is kind of stupid, because you will see that he targeted both Kangaskhan at the same time, leaving a Power Trick Shuckle on the offensive, on the loose. That is a big mistake. Never leave Power Trick Shuckle like that. This is like a lesson for you. Even if you had Metagross, he wouldn't have survived. I'm telling you there right now, mate. So that Metang goes away, so he's down to his 2 last Pokemon, which is very good news, because I'm thinking that, you know what, I might win this, but you know, as long as I keep Shuckle inside on the field. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what, George, send out Lunatone, set up the Trick Room and be safe. And I'm like, nah, he's gonna go for the Shadow Force next turn. I'm gonna lose Lunatone for no reason at all. So sometimes it's not about having the Pokemon or having the strength. It's about, you know, it's about numbers sometimes. You see, there's safety in numbers, that's what they all say. So I'm going to go for another attack, just in case, you know, they do not attack, they don't choose to attack my Shuckle. I'm going to see if I can get an attack off, and I know that Arceus is also both offensive, especially and physically, so I'm going to take my chances again. I mean, like, it's been a mega gambling day, and I'm like, you know what, go on for the full offensive, mate, you have nothing to lose. So he brings out an Arceus Fire on 2 rock types, so he goes for Aura of Time, maximum special, maximum HP, Sandstorm special defense boost on my Rhyperior, and I can also take physical hits. I'm like, come on, bring it on, bro. I can take hits all day. So Rhyperior goes for the Rock Slide, and he's like, yeah, go down. So I take Giratina down, which is awesome, and he's left to his last one, and I'm thinking, you know what? He used Roar of Time on both of my decently special defensive, well, decent for Rhyperior, because Shuckle is fucking amazing in terms of special defense. So he's left again to attack, and I win the match, surprisingly, because he did not make a good call. He did not use the right Pokemon. I mean, why would you bring a Fire-type Arceus against Rock types? I mean, why wouldn't you use another Giratina and wall me? So anyway, those questions will never be answered by the looks of things. I hope you guys enjoyed this match, and I will be posting quite soon. So see you then, bye.